Trio. Perhaps you've heard of them. I've been rewatching my favorite TV show, Buffy the Vampire Slayer. I was reminded of my favorite villains in that show and what I believe to be one of the most brilliant concepts of any villain in any work of fiction ever. I'm so excited. The trio is made up of Warren, Jonathan, and Andrew. They are basically, if you gave a group of incels a freeze ray.
Get off! Make me!
If you took all of the nice guys and you just pushed them and pushed them and pushed them and pushed them. So I'm editing this right now and I'm realizing that I could not have chosen a worse way to phrase this. When you push him, what does that even mean? I don't know. All I meant was if one of these guys gets frustrated enough or angry enough with their situation. That's literally all I meant. This is what you would get.
You think you could just do that to me? You think I'd let you get away with that? Think again.
And I know you may be thinking, but Ashton, that has happened. That has happened. The creators of Buffy are actually aware of this. In the 18th episode of the 3rd season of Buffy, titled Earshot, Jonathan ends up playing a major role.
Are you through with the mashed potatoes?
Let me get my driver's license.
She doesn't even know I'm here. Look at everything. What does this matter?
In this episode, Buffy can hear people's thoughts.
What am I gonna do? I think about sex all the time. Sex. Help. 4 times 5 is 30. 5 times 6 is 32. Naked girls. Naked women. Naked Buffy. Oh, stop me.
God, Xander, is that all you think about?
Actually? Bye.
She repeatedly hears somebody saying in their head that they are just so fed up with everybody at Sunnydale High School and they can't wait to just end it all and have it all be over, and they're thinking these really violent, aggressive thoughts.
She'll just shake
Buffy confronts this person thinking that he's going to be a school Minecrafter. This person ends up being Jonathan.
You think I won't use this?
I don't know, Jonathan. I just...
Stop doing that.
Doing what?
Stop saying my name like we're friends. We're not friends. You all think I'm an idiot. A short idiot.
But it turns out he was planning on committing Minecraft on himself. Because Buffy is all about the subversion of expectations. Just because somebody looks like a school Minecrafter doesn't mean they are a school Minecrafter. Just because somebody looks helpless doesn't mean they are helpless. Interestingly enough, the air date for Earshot wound up being only 1 week after the Columbine tragedy. It wound up being postponed several months. It eventually aired on September 21st, 1999. You know, Jonathan just kind of hangs around for a few seasons. He's not really helpful, but he's not hurtful. He just kind of is there, mostly fades into the background. If Jonathan is a nice guy, Warren is an incel.
Nothing but a sad little boy, Warren. But it's time you grow up and pay for what you've done.
Get away from me. I swear to God, I'm gonna take you down, you piece of shit.
Oh, come on.
Warren just takes everything up a notch. Warren is evil. I suppose incel isn't even technically correct because he's not celibate. He has a girlfriend. Well, he had a girlfriend.
There is no us, Warren. Get that through your big meaty head. I am not your girlfriend. boyfriend anymore.
She broke up with him and he couldn't handle it, so he made a robot of her that looks identical to her. Warren does not turn Katrina into a robot. He does do that with 2 other women. He does that with a woman named April, and he does that with Buffy. He does not do that with Katrina. He actually uses a thing called the cerebral dampener, which is basically just the mystical, magical version of a date rape drug.
What did you do to me?
Get the dampener.
Who the hell are you?
Your master?
My what? You put it.
You had it last.
Are you kidding me?
Get the dampener.
You were gonna share me with these 2 dorks?
Hey, we're supervillains. Call us master.
Wait.
Yeah, he does that. If you are a nerd living in your mother's basement, then you can just whip up a robot that's identical to your ex-girlfriend within just 24 hours and make her do whatever you want. That's a totally doable thing. If you are somebody who enjoys Dungeons and Dragons, you can also just make robots. Because he's a nerd. He doesn't have a social life, so he just makes robots.
That's not the muscles, baby. It's the brains.
Katrina, you guys are gonna be shocked. She's not stoked. She confronts him, and Warren, being Warren, accidentally on purpose murders her. Yeah, he pushes her down a flight of stairs, and she dies. In season 6, episode 4, we are introduced to Andrew Wells. He didn't have his parents around. He was raised by his aunt. He just had kind of a sad upbringing, so... When Warren accidentally on purpose kills Katrina, Andrew and Jonathan are in the room. They're there. They witness it. They're complicit. They didn't forcibly push her down the stairs.
What? No, we didn't.
Like Warren did. But they did witness it, and they didn't do anything about it. So the trio starts doing villainous things because they can. They do all this dumb stuff just to be annoying, essentially. I mean, they claim that they're trying to kill the Slayer, being Buffy, but to anybody with a brain, it's very obvious that they just have a lot of pent-up rage.
Why didn't I get one of those?
This round to you, but the game is far from over.
Warren is very, very clearly evil. You get the feeling he didn't start out that way. He's definitely plagued by insecurity, and he has definitely internalized a lot of toxic messages. He has let it corrupt his soul to the point where he is now just a genuinely horrible person.
I should have strangled you in your sleep. Back when we shared a bed. I should have done the world a favor.
Killing people satisfies some dark need within him to feel powerful.
How could you say you loved me and do that to me?
Because he deserved it, bitch!
Because you liked it.
Oh, shut up.
You never felt you had the power with her. Not until you killed her.
On the other hand, you don't get the feeling that Jonathan wants to see Buffy one of his childhood friends die.
Killer. Killer!
These two boys have been outcasts and an afterthought for their entire lives. They really don't know what to do with that. So they're doing this because this allows them to be in control. That doesn't make it okay. Warren refuses to accept that he could be responsible for any of the negative consequences in his life. He refuses to accept that he is the reason his girlfriend left him. He refuses to accept that he could have any part to play in the social isolation he experiences because perhaps he is unpleasant to be around, perhaps he is manipulative, perhaps he is a liar, perhaps he is rude. He takes that out on the world, specifically on Buffy, because, you know, Buffy is beautiful and athletic and she's got a lot of friends. There's actually a line in the episode with Jonathan in the 3rd season.
Believe it or not, Jonathan, I understand about the pain.
Oh, right. Because the burden of being beautiful and athletic, that's a crippler.
Even Jonathan, in the 3rd season, was taking out his anger that he didn't know how to deal with his own issues, and that he felt unattractive, and that he was angry that he couldn't get a girl like Buffy. He was taking all that out on Buffy. It is a beautiful demonstration of thinking that your pain is the only pain that matters. Man, Buffy was so ahead of her time. So Jonathan dies, he's essentially a martyr, but you know, he's never really fully redeemed because like he doesn't really do anything. He feels guilty, that's about it. But he's still portrayed as the one within the group that has the most humanity. But these are not sympathetic characters. I think that is what really needs to be said. These are not characters who you are meant to, these are not anti-heroes by any means. These are not the Walter Whites of Buffy the Vampire Slayer. Every time Walter does something really heinous and, you know, morally questionable, if not reprehensible, you find yourself almost happy because he is just so empowered as compared to the first few episodes of the show, and you are rooting for him almost despite yourself. That is not the case at all with the trio. Warren, Jonathan, and Andrew are never characters that you want to see succeed. Despite their sort of kicked puppy personas, they are still unquestionably villains. I've said that they are the original nice guys. There's something very repulsive about that, and I think you naturally recoil upon seeing that kind of behavior, even if you don't know how to label it. My camera is dying and I'm losing daylight, and I'm also really hungry, so I'm gonna go. Thank you so much for watching, and I will catch you in the next one.